Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to TechNodeFirmaCraft. So, today I would kind of like to continue to upgrade these machines a little bit and then look into what we can get on our biodiesel from forestry. So first off, I have my enrichment chamber picked up because we're going to make it into a factory. So the factory, we need 2 advanced control circuits, some enriched alloy, wrought iron, and our enrichment chamber. So the advanced circuits are this. Then we need our enrichment chamber, enriched alloys, and some wrought iron. So this thing will greatly increase our ability to get work done. So as you can see, it has 3 slots, and we're going to drop in our energy upgrades. But it has 3 slots, and we can set it to auto sort, so when an item comes in, it will press them into all 3 spots. So we'll go ahead and grab our wire connectors here. And actually, I think I'm just going to go like this. So now that thing will be getting some power, and I think I'm going to do the same thing here with the crusher. So we'll just grab a little bit more stuff here. We needed 8 of those. Oh, well, we don't have any more of the basic control circuits, so that's redstone and osmium. Well, we still have carbon in here, so that's probably not going to work too good. So we'll just have to put this one back down for now. And yep, this one is my major bottleneck at the moment for what I can do. So, yep, you can see I've got a whole bunch of osmium clumps in that thing. Got a whole bunch more over here. Now, the interesting part about this is the factories, you can drop in a different machine over here. So actually, let's just do that real quick. Let's remove that. Shouldn't take it long before it runs out of power. So now we will pick this up. You can see right now this is a basic enriching factory. We'll drop this one in here and it will change this to a basic crushing factory, and we get our enriching chamber back. So if we click these in here, you can see that spreads everything out and we get a lot more output, and we also can put in a whole bunch more upgrades and everything like that. Now it looks like this one, yep, the upgrades go with them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my energy upgrades and my speed upgrades from my machine here and drop those into this crusher. So it will use a lot less power, and it will go a lot faster. Well, actually, with 8 energy upgrades and 4 speed upgrades, it will use the same energy as no upgrades. It'll just operate a lot faster. So right now, it's using 8 RF a tick. So it's using almost no power at the moment. So now we'll drop in these speed upgrades, and we'll see as the speed just starts to increase like none other. Now we are back up to using 80 RF a tick, but that's no big deal because that's the equivalent of one of these machines with no upgrades, and we're doing 3 times the work at, let's see here, 3.16 times the speed. So we're actually getting close to 10 times as much done for the same amount of power. So those upgrades are definitely well worth it. So, yep, this will get this all cleaned up really quick, and then we'll switch back to our enriching chamber, and I'll try to get everything set up so that we can get some more of these factories made. So we're going to drop our enriching chamber back in here, take our crusher back, and we're just going to go ahead and put in some more energy upgrades and then the speed upgrades here as well. And what it looks like, takes no power with it when it leaves. Interesting. Whoops. I always do that. So now this one will be producing like none other. And we should be able to just drop these in here, and there it goes. So this will be creating the clean osmium. I guess we need to change our side configuration. The back we want blue. And we'll take our side here as red for input. Auto eject. There we go. So, yep, I'm going to get another one of those factories built and gather up some resources so that we can make our biodiesel stuff, and I will be right back. So I have been doing tons of ore processing here. I made several more hoppers, another steel furnace. I've got these things running through so that I can just dump my willow wood in the top, and then whenever I want I can just put some dust in here and have it smelted. But now something that I found interesting here is you can't put like an iron ingot in a chest. But if you have a hopper pushing into a chest, it will put the ingots into the chest. So that's kind of interesting. You know, once I pull them out, I can't put them back in. They just don't, there's no way they don't go back in. But, you know, you can put them in a barrel, so that's all that really matters. I've got over 3 stacks of steel now, 12 stacks of iron. I also started processing the tin. I've got a whole bunch of zinc, a whole bunch of bismuth bronze, a whole bunch of copper. I've just been working pretty heavy. I've got all of these machines set up to where they can be shut off just by flipping this lever. And yeah, it's working real good. Now, one thing that I have done here, I made some of these gas tanks from Mekanism. Now, these things just take an iron dust surrounded by 8 osmium ingots, so they're not real expensive to make once you get to this point. And on their face, you can see a little red dot. This red dot is the output of the tank. Anywhere else on the tank is the input. So I am storing up hydrogen, and this is so that later on we can get our jetpack, and the hydrogen is the fuel for that jetpack. Now the oxygen tank here is storing a huge amount of oxygen for our purification chamber. Now this thing is using up a lot of water, so what I want to do now is check out this electric pump. So the electric pump, we need a bucket, either red or blue, a steel casing, enriched alloy, and some osmium ingots. So I went ahead and crafted up another red steel bucket. We'll grab a couple of these enriched alloy, and then we need 3 osmium ingots. What was the last thing? The steel casing. Okay, so we had one of those made up from earlier, so we'll go ahead and put this all together, and there we go, electric pump. So this thing, it says an advanced pump capable of pumping out an entire lake of lava. So hopefully this works on water. I am really hoping so, because if it doesn't, that's a big waste of materials. So I think the next thing we need to do is get some power on that, and we don't have any power connectors. So I suppose we could grab that one right there, just so that we have some power. And now I suppose we'll just put one on here and just see here. Now, is that getting any power? No. Might have to connect it over here, because that electrolytic separator, no, it's not full. So this thing is not accepting any power. It also says no fluid. So it might not work for... yeah, it might not work for water. That's too bad, because that's a real waste of materials. Now let me do a little checking on that, and I'll be right back. So here's what I figured out. First off, when we look at this Mekanism pump, you can see it's got some varying connections on its sides. So this face right here is your power input. This face on top is your output. So we have to have all of this set up in a very specific way. So I think we're going to have to move this water. And I think the way that we're going to do this, let me grab a little bit of dirt. We'll just fill this in for a second. Okay, so now, do we have a shovel? There's our shovel. So we're going to dig down a little bit here. And we're going to leave ourselves a little bit of space here. And actually, we will go ahead and place this here first, and then we'll place our electric pump in. So now, if we put down our water, and I'll have to go grab another one. And I probably should, well, okay, it filled itself back in. So, get our water here. Now this thing has no power. So the last step, we'll dig out a spot here. We will put our low voltage power connector here on this face, and then our low voltage power wire. Connection is obstructed. Yeah, that's what I was kind of afraid of. Let's see here. Maybe we can move this one. Wow, that broke a lot of stuff. So if we put this one right here, can we connect to there? Yes, okay. So that should work. And then we'll connect back to our... Whoops, that's wrong. Wrong. Yes, I know there's something like wire clippers or something like that that will make that easier, but I don't feel like wasting my resources on that. So there we go. So now this thing should be getting power, and it's full of water. So now, to get our water from the pump into the electrolytic separator, we need to make some mechanical pipes. So the mechanical pipes are pretty simple. 2 steel ingots, a large vessel, and... Wait, can we use our regular steel hammer? Yes, we can. Okay. So I've already got the large vessel. We'll just grab 2 steel ingots, and we will quick make some of these mechanical pipes. Now these we can hook right here, and there we go. So now if we look inside of our machine, it is filling with water. So now at this point, as long as we have power, we do not have to worry about our hydrogen or oxygen situation. So that's really nice. Boy, that's kind of strange how that works. So we're completely full in our electrolytic separator. The pump will be full here momentarily, and now it doesn't use any more power. So, yeah, that's great. We got that one figured out. So next up, we have our still and fermenter. So the fermenter, we need a sturdy casing, bronze gears, 4 of those, and some glass. So we'll run over here and grab some glass real quick. And I made up some bronze gears, and then I made up some bismuth bronze sheets. So these sturdy casing, I don't remember for sure. We need just a steel hammer. Okay, so we put our steel hammer in the center, and then we surround that with our bronze sheets. We get some steel casings. Okay, so we can make this one right away. And then we put our glass around that, and we get our fermenter. Now the other one is the still, and I need more glass for that, so we'll grab 4 more pieces of glass. Now this one takes redstone in the place of the gears, so no big deal. We'll just place our redstone around, sturdy casing in the middle, glass around, and there we go. We've got our still as well. So I'm going to go ahead and drop those casings back in here. I guess we've got some dirt here to drop back in. And we need to get something to eat. But so I'm going to have to make up a few more of these power connectors because as you can tell I'm out and I am trying pretty hard to avoid making them. So I'm just going to have to. So I'm going to make up a few of those and then we'll figure out where we're going to place these things. So for now, I think we're just going to set these machines right here. So we've got the still and the fermenter. We'll go ahead and hook some power up to those. Where did my... Oh, I didn't make the power connectors yet. Okay, so we need some copper for that. So we go hardened clay in each corner. Copper down the center. Can't seem to do it today. Alright, and then we'll throw the remainder of that copper back in there. So we've got 40 low voltage connectors now. I don't think we should be running out of power or connectors anytime soon now. So we'll go ahead and hook those two together, and then I think we'll just connect it right up here to this one. And they should be getting power. So now the fermenter is the second machine, isn't it? No, the fermenter is the first one. So first we need... we're actually gonna... It might be a better idea to set this up over by our pump. So I think we're gonna do that, because we're gonna need water in this thing. So I went ahead and put some willow planks here so that it doesn't look bad and we can't fall into the water. But so if we put this fermenter right here... Yeah, see, now this is automatically filling with water. That's great. So that's one step out of the way. So now we will put a power connector on here and connect this back to that one. And now next thing we need is that mulch. So we're going to need to make that mulch now. So... I don't know for sure which one we want to do, but we are going to have to make some black steel shears. So that's a black steel sheet in the anvil. So, yep, I only have one black steel ingot, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of forging and get that put together. And then we'll be able to try this fermenter out. Well, I definitely have bad news if you're following along. The first thing is... the black steel shears, I made a set, and they are a single-use item. So that's 2 black steel ingots just gone with one use. So I did manage to get one piece of mulch. I have 1 bucket of the oak mixture down here. And so I'm going to keep this here. I think it was 2 buckets of the oak mixture. Will turn one of the TerraFirmaCraft oak saplings into a Minecraft oak sapling. So hopefully that works. I don't know if that's a bone mealable tree, but we'll just see. So hopefully that will work, and then we might be able to start getting the vanilla Minecraft apples. I don't know. But so we're going to go ahead and put this in here. So we're going to... I've been checking through NEI, and it looks like our sugarcane seeds here are the thing that we don't need that will give us the most biomass here. The sugarcane seeds give 300 millibuckets of biomass, and that's the most of anything that I found, but there's like 172 pages of recipes, so I didn't look through everything. But we're going to put in our mulch, we're going to put in our sugarcane seeds, and hopefully we'll get quite a bit here. Now, of course, we're running out of power. 400. How do we have 400? That's odd. So we're only getting 200 from these, even though NEI said that we were going to get 300. That is strange. Unless that was with honey. But anyway, we will get 1 bucket of the biomass here. Come on. There we go. So that fills up the capsule here. So we have our biomass. We'll let that continue to run. And hopefully everything will work out okay there. The sugarcane, I am in too cold of a climate for sugarcane to grow. I'd have to head way south in order for it to work. So, yeah, we're not even going to bother with the sugarcane. So, now this biomass we need to run through the still. So we'll grab our still, we'll grab one low voltage wire connector and one low voltage wire. We're just going to set this right here next to the fermenter. So we'll drop this, we'll drop or hook our wire up, and we will drop in our biomass. And I shouldn't have done it that way, I just wasted the capsule. So hopefully this works. It disappeared and okay, yes, it's running. So the one bucket of biomass is going to give us 300 millibuckets of ethanol. So this is going to take a little bit. Hopefully everything will work. We are running low on power. Of course, that doesn't help anything. So gonna quick fast forward here to when this is all finished, and then we'll see how things go. So we have an ethanol capsule. So yeah, we're going to have a little bit extra in here, so we won't be able to break this thing. But yeah, I don't know for sure. It seems like an incredibly long and drawn out process. So to keep this safe, I'm going to put it in here for now, because now our next thing is in the engineer's manual, because our next step is this biodiesel, and we need to come in here and build this thing. So this is going to be a pretty big deal. We've got some light engineering blocks here, a couple of heavy engineering blocks, the the steel scaffolding, another heavy engineering, light engineering, and then the sheet metal blocks. So that's going to be a pretty big deal, but so if we take a look at what it looks like here, that's what the thing is going to look like when it's put together and we hit it with our hammer. So yep, that's going to take a lot of steel. And actually here, if we look up, let's go for the scaffolding. Okay, that's good enough. And then engineer. Okay, so the engineering blocks, the light engineering block is copper, wrought iron, and these iron mechanical components, which is more wrought iron and more copper. That's not that big of a deal. It's going to take a lot of iron though. Now the heavy engineering blocks take steel, pistons, electrum, and steel mechanical components, which is copper and steel. And then finally we have the steel scaffolding. I'm pretty sure that was steel scaffolding, which takes steel fences and steel ingots. Steel fences take steel ingots as well. And then of course we had the sheet metal blocks, which is tin plates and a steel hammer. So yeah, this is going to take a little bit of time. So I will start working on getting those blocks ready. I'll get a count of how many I need, figure out how much more I've got to do, and also I'm going to check on the time of the episode and see how things are looking there. And, yep, I will be back, and we'll figure out what we're doing. So I gathered up all of the blocks to build this refinery, but I realized that we're getting a little short on time here today, and we haven't looked in the quest book for quite some time. So I figured I'd pop it open, and we have 4 quests with unclaimed rewards. So I think we better get in here and take a look. So we've got the Iron Age, and it looks like we have all quests completed. This dealt with all of our steel. So the red steel, we made that and we refined it. So we're going to get a full heart, some rich magnetite, and then the choice of rich magnetite, rose gold, or brass. And I think we're actually going to take the rich magnetite, and half a heart, but no. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Then we've got the red bucket, which, same basic thing, make a red steel bucket. And once again, I think we're going to, well, magnetite or charcoal? Well, I'm making tons of charcoal with my steel furnaces now, so I think we're going to take the magnetite again. Blue steel, same basic thing, make some blue steel ingots. And bismuth bronze or sterling silver, once again, rich magnetite. And the metal buckets. Blue for hot things, which doesn't make a lot of sense. And again, the rich magnetite. So that completely finishes up the Iron Age. The immersive engineering stuff, we have to make the coke oven still, which, like I said, that seems kind of ridiculous. Those coke oven bricks are insanely expensive, but we're pretty much going to have to do it if we want to move on here. So I may have to take a look at that, and the forestry mechanism and open computer stuff is still locked until we get a little further into immersive engineering. So, yep, we're probably going to have to make those coke oven bricks. As much as I don't want to, we're going to go ahead and consume our hearts here. We've got 71 lives left again. And I'll just save these for some other time. And yes, my wrought iron hammer in my anvil finally broke, so I've been using my steel anvil in here. And, yeah, I'm just... What? Oh, those are rich magnetite. I didn't even realize those are rich. Oh, man, yeah, that was definitely worth it to take those. Ooh. Yeah, that gave me almost a stack of iron. So I'm going to keep that one here. I might find some rich magnetite somewhere else around in the world. I'm going to just drop these into the purification chamber, and that'll run through the system here. And heck, that'll give me almost 3 stacks of iron. So I'm probably going to have to clean some of this stuff out. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. So if you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Let me know that you're enjoying it. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!